Hey guys, so good to see you again. Hi everyone.
안녕하세요.
I'm here back with my mom. So I kind of forced her back there to join me because she's going back to Korea soon. And so many people last time when you couldn't join, you were really sad. So I wanted to give you more opportunity to see my mom and talk to her before she goes back to Korea. Hi guys. 스웨덴에서 오셨다는 이분.
반가워요.
Hi Lauren.
Nice to meet you.
Hi RJ Kent. Hello. Hi guys. Thank you for joining in today. It's so snowing heavy in Chicago today. I hope you guys are staying warm. So as I said, so mom is leaving, going back to Korea. She's been here. 엄마 언제 왔지? 26일 날 와서?
1월 26일 날에.
얼마나 됐어? 이제 완지?
지가 한 달하고
한
열흘은 못 되지. 열흘은
It's been more than
9일.
5 weeks she's been in America. So, thank you guys for joining. Hey Alex. I'm good. How are you doing? Thank you so much. So, hey Joshua. Hi Emma. So, anyway, last time some of you couldn't join and told me you wanted to see the opportunity to see my mom. So here she is. I hope she just lives here with me all the time. But she likes Korea since she doesn't speak English in America. She likes to go back and be in a country where she can communicate with the people. So, do you guys 따뜻하게 입으세요. 만나서 반가워요. Hi Vince, thank you.
감사합니다.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Did you let me know? Now we can start. I think a lot of you have joined. Thank you so much, Mike. If you guys have any questions, I can start asking mom because she's very insightful and I learn a lot from her. 세상에서 제일 예쁜 두 여자라고.
감사합니다.
Okay, so Chan Nicole asked, how does Kim Jong-un hide his children? Are they locked in their palace at his resort or in a different country? 김정은이 어떻게 자기 자식들을 이렇게 감추냐고. 그냥 걔네가 자기네는 리조트가 있잖아. 그런 데서 컸다 그러더라, 김정은. So Kim Jong-un, guys, has thousands of different resorts and palaces in North Korea. And this is a funny thing. Kim Jong-il has at least 4 wives and lots of mistresses and that. But they themselves don't even know who the other mistress. So they live in different palaces and Kim Jong design which they okay, I'm going to this mistress today, that mistress today. So they don't even know each other. And the heirs of North Korea, the children of Kim, don't even know each other. And that's why they are all hiding in a palace and in a huge palace with the servants and cook. And I read a book about Kim Jong-un. He had this huge room just filled with the toys from all around the world. And he had a movie theater, had all kinds of movies in the world. But I did hear that it was quite lonely childhood because he could not just go out being mixed with normal people and the servants have to call them, since they're baby, call them little janitor. And that's how the children of Kim's always been isolated from the most of population. 일 없습니까? 양현서 안녕하세요. 엄마 너무 이쁘다네.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you please explain the leaflets? 내가 어제 그 삐라를 보여줬거든 옛날에. So I know a lot of feminists might see it and then not liking it, how they were sexualizing women's body. But by the way, those leaflets were a bit more like 20 something years ago. The current leaflets that we send are more recent photos and and some of them send a lot of nowadays I know some of my defectors were sending like desperate house real wives. What is that? Some like a show in Beverly Hills, some like really rich neighborhood with the ladies. Those things that we send in the USB. 언니! 사라 언니가 미스 언니 모니가 같이 영상하는 모습 너무 보기 언니
반가워요.
Hi, shout out to Sarah. Thank you, 언니. She's my best friend. So yeah, but those leaflets were actually sending it to, so you guys know DMZ in the north and south, and they are like soldiers in the of course northern side. So South Korea used to send those leaflets for those soldiers, and in North Korea, women cannot really wear the skirts like above your knees, and we have to dress very conservatively, and obviously you can never see those posters in North Korea. So they really try to lure the soldiers, and they also try to give me kind of give an incentive for the soldiers to keep the leaflet instead of burning it. And they decided, okay, if you put up some beautiful ladies, they might want to hide it and then circulate it more and give it to other people. And that's how they use their brain. But in the back, though, they would like put a lot of information about democracy and South Korean system. And they also let the soldiers know that if you escape, we have a country to accept you guys. So to ask them to really demand them to escape. So, I wish kids Nani ha. Thank you so much. Hi, Yeonmi, mom. How are you? 어머, 어떻게 지내냐고.
너무 잘 지내고 있어요.
She's really doing well. You both like almost say biggest fan of Yeonmi and 사랑해 Yeonmi. How did you learn so much about global politics? 나니, thank you. 내가 어떻게 정치에서 많이 아냐고. I don't think I know so much, but I do. Fortunately, with my job, right, I do go to the UN and I go to a lot of human rights events. I get to meet lots of dissidents from all around the world. I'm friends with the people who are fighting for Venezuela, right? Venezuela is a complete mess right now. Cuba, Iraq, Iran, I mean, literally so many countries in the world. And also I like to read, and that really helps me to understand what's going on in the world. But it's really not enough. A lot of times I feel like really I don't know anything. And so that's like one of my insecurities. Somebody Kimberly asked, how did you escape? It's a long story, and that's why I wrote a book. Oh, by the way, guys, I did not know that like as an author, I could get a book as a 30% discount from my publisher. So I just learned that today. I used to buy my book on my Amazon, so I will have a huge discount for my hardcover because I can get apparently discount from my publisher Penguin. So if you haven't read my story, I will definitely send you another link and where you can find that. Otherwise, I'm happy to talk about it. So how's Eunmi? Allen. Eunmi is my sister, so I'm Yeonmi and she's Eunmi. 언니 어떻게 지내냐고. She's doing really well. She's a teacher. She's teaching in the South Korean elementary school, and she loves to be private. She doesn't really want to talk about her past, and she chose different paths than I am, and we really support her for that. So how can you get the book? So I have a PayPal link. So all my videos or my website, my YouTube detailed information, there's a section you can go get the book. But I got a huge discount for the hardcover, so I will definitely let you guys on my community tab. I'm so happy to get a discount. I had no clue. So thank you so much. There's a detailed section, there's a link, but I will update the price, so don't worry about that. So what are your mom's thoughts on America? MJ라는 분이 물어봤어. 미국에 대해서 엄마 어떻게 생각하냐고.
미국에 대해서 어떻게 생각하나? 나야 천국이라고 생각하고 항상 미국에 대해서는 감사한 마음을 갖고 있지. 미국이 한국을 이렇게 잘 살게 해주잖아. 미국이 한국을 지원하고 중국이 북한을 지원했잖아. 근데 중국은 북한을 지금껏 이렇게 잘 살게 도와 못 주는데 미국은 너무 따뜻한 사람들인 것 같아.
So guys, this is like the biggest experiment between comparing Chinese communist like a regime and America. So China sponsored North Korea, right? And America sponsored like South Korea. And look at the result. It is the greatest difference between the GDP gap, the culture gap, the human rights and freedom level. In every single level, South Korea exceeds anyone's expectation. And North Korea, of course, the worst place that you can find in this like human faith on earth in today's world. She's always grateful to America that they defended South Korean freedom and gave us at least half of Korea to go where there was decency, where there's like human rights is being respected, and also like accepting me to America. So this is such a country filled with people with just warm hearts, and I don't know. I mean, a lot of people do not like America these days, but we love America. We are like forever grateful for this nation. Thank you guys. So does your mom also write a book about her experiences from before Kim till now? 데이비드가 엄마도 책을 썼냐고 쓰고 싶냐고 물어보는데.
책을 쓰기가 쉽지 않아. 내가 자기 과거를 돌아봐야 되는데 이 가슴 살점이 다 뚝뚝뚝뚝 떨어지는 것 같아. 너무너무 가슴이 아팠어. 그래서 항상 엄마를 생각해. 나의 과거를 기억을 지울 수 있는 거는 있으면 얼마나 좋을까 이런 생각. 자꾸 하루에도 그런 생각이 몇 번씩 떠오를 때 책을 쓴다 하면 그 아픈 과거를 다 들춰야 되잖아. 그거를 원하지 않아.
So this is the thing, guys. Like even with my sister and a lot of other North Koreans, that I've been asking, why don't you write a book, right? And I asked my mom too, like, Mom, would you like to write a book? I can help you. And it's so hard for her to relive it and remember it again. Whenever she remembers some certain things, it almost like it chops of her flesh out of. That's like, I don't know how to translate, but it was like chops of her flesh out of her, and that kind of pain. And a lot of times she's like, once if there's some experiment that somewhere they can erase some like memory in our brain, she wants to participate in. And a lot of memories she want to delete them. And I completely understand it, and that's I also like people say sometimes, right, like Tammy, oh, like that must be very therapeutic writing all your story in the book. In some ways writing my book really helped me to understand the sense of like understanding what happened. When I was going through all of it, right, being sold and like oppression and all of it, as a young girl, didn't really make sense. It didn't really like come to me that I gotta understand it. It was just like I was really busy surviving to deal with the situation. But writing a book really helped me to see my path and how I became free. But it was really hard though. Like I remember I was talking about like being in North Korea and escaping. I felt like I was all over back in North Korea. And writing about my father's death felt like I was going through the same exact thing again. And then when I write about a book when I was crossing the desert, and I was slept sober that night, and I felt like I escaped again. It's like I finally crossed desert again. So like I don't think a lot of people want to redo it again. So I completely understand some people like this. I don't want to go through it again. And writing a book is such a long process too. It's not like speech, you talk about it too. It's like such a time you sit down and think and write. And that's why I think writing is a lot harder for survivors than even talking about it. Andrew, good to see you. What do you think about the worry that unification will lead to exploitation of the newly freed North Koreans? How is that avoided? 그러니까 옛날에 뭐 그런 게 걱정이 있었잖아. 만약에 통일이 된다고 해도 막 이제 한국은 막 자본주의를 알아갖고 막 이런 거 알잖아요. 계약서 이런 걸 알고 엄청 탈북자들 엄청 사기 많이 당하는데 나중에 그렇게 한국 기업들이 이래서 막 북한 사람들을 이용할 수도 있잖아. 그런 거에 진짜 걱정을 해봤어 많이.
그런 거를 걱정을 한 번도 해본 적이 없어. 왜 그럴 일은 없을 것 같아서.
한국이 안 그럴 것 같아.
아니 통일이 돼야 그런 일도 일어나지. 먼저 선차가 있는데 후차를 내가 선차가 안 되는데 후차를 어떻게 걱정해?
It is a real like concern, right? Like a lot of Northern defectors go to South Korea and they get exploited by South Koreans, and the South Koreans who understands like the free market and capitalism and like ask them defectors to invest and demand them to buy lots of some like healthy candies, and turns out it was all junk. Like this kind of a lot of scams going on against defectors who has no understanding of what's going on. But the thing is, like mom's case, she never thought about it because she never thought the reunification between South and North would come with the current trend. Hi, that's not Maya. Thanks for busy surviving. I totally understand the feeling. Thank you so much. Jay Liv, good to see you. Oh, that's our Chinese. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. What happened to my live chat? I lost your guys. I lost the chat section. 어떡해, 엄마? This never happened to me.